Alright, yo guys, what is up? It's XD Mike Kansi here, and here we go, Season 5. Yeah, that's right, 5. Season 4 videos got kind of killed, but, here we go, new season, new race videos, longer race videos, everything. And here we go, I'm going to try to keep this clean, and since we've been gone, a lot has happened. As you see right now, GT 500 cars, led by GT Planet Immortal. Second place right now, Mike Kansi, and third is King Best, and those two Calisonics. And here we go, the new this season, the 300 cars and the 500 cars are racing at the same exact time. So as you see right here, the 300's taking the green flag, led by Shag, and they're going to come into turn 1 here at Indy. And all I can say is it's been one great off season, as a lot has changed. One of the rules being now that the 500s and the 300s race at the same time. So we got two races going on at once here as we zoom into Immortal in that yellow hat GTR. Very beautiful car as he's trying to hold off teammates at Dragon Motorsports, Mike Kansi and King. So as he comes around here, getting back on Indy again. Very tricky turn right here to come back on the track. But the draft's going to make King and Kansi maybe catch right back up to Immortal as they're starting to pull away from Mike 88, it looks. As I'm glad to see Mike 88's back up and in there. And right behind Mike 88, newcomer, I believe, Zach. And a lot of new guys here as the veterans, Mike Kansi, King. As we watch Kansi here jump to Immortal and try to push him down the straightaway. Got King on the high side. But, yeah, in the 500 cars, there's 8 cars in each race. There's actually a room B, so if you're interested in joining the series and you're not fast enough to make room A, as we watch Shag right here leading the 300s with Killer Candy right on his tail. But anyway, room B is, say you want to race, you want to get in there, you want to race, you want to mix it up with everybody. If you mess up on qualifying, you're not fast enough, there's room B, and the winner of room B will get a bonus point and finish 9th in their respected series. As we go back to GT Planet Immortal right now leading the race. And right now the 3 fastest cars look to be GT Planet Immortal, Mike Kansi, and King Best Jr. Right now the top 3. And yeah, the new videos and shit. Oh, well, I messed up already. Excuse my language, as we're going to try to keep this a little cleaner this year. And I'm trying not to curse and everything and watch what I say. And the videos are going to be way longer than what they used to be. They're going to be actually the full races now. So this video might be long, but you're going to see every lap, every major thing that happens in the race, everything. So it's not like, oh my god, lap 3, jump to like lap 20, what happened? So as we watch every single thing now. And right now we're going to watch, I think, King pass Mike Kansi on the high side. And looks like he's going to want the lead as he challenged Immortal for it going into the first turn, but it looks like Kansi and King are going to swap as we jump back for the battle for 4th with Mike 88 and Zach and Bronco and Team Dynasty in that NSX. And that's the last in the field for the 500s right here as we zoom on Bronco, newcomer, looking to make a statement. And that's about that. So now we're going to jump down to the 300s. Shag right now leading the pack with Killer Candy right behind him and Boss Hunter in that Lexus. And we haven't seen the Lexus in a long time as Killer Candy wants to lead and he's going to go for it. And then we got the Subaru up there with Great God Zeus. So as these guys all mix it up here. And they're kind of just cruising. These cars are a lot slower than the 500s. Not by much, maybe by like 20 seconds or so. But it's awesome. That's really all I can say as we go on board here with Panos, I believe. No, TNT. And that's bringing up the back of the field back there as we jump back up to the lead. It looks like GT Planet's still the leader. Or Immortal or GT Planet. I'll work on your name somehow. But King Best, 2nd. Mike Kansi, 3rd. As you see the gap between them, the 4th place, it's pretty big. So right now it's safe to say they're just cruising. As it looks like DMS wants the lead as King goes up high, Mike Kansi follows, and King looks like he's going to be the new leader as they head down into turn 1. And this camera shot, I love this camera shot right here. I don't know, it's awesome. As now we jump back for the battle for 4th. Looks like Mike 88 gets into the tire wall a little bit right there. That's going to hurt. Looks like he's got some front end damage and some engine damage. Oh no. As he's going to fall back to about 5th or 6th spot. Meanwhile, back up front, DMS leading the pack as King's trying to pull away from Immortal and his teammate Kanzi. Let's see if he can do it here on lap 5. As Immortal, we go on board with him. Ride along with him for a little bit. And it's nice to see the yellow hat back. It went away, sadly, last season, but it's nice to see it's back. And in dominating fashion, as it's, what, 5 of the cars out of the 8 in the 500s. So, glad to see it's back as Kanzi gets a little sideways, able to save it. And looks like everyone's just going to cruise right here in the beginning laps. No one really pushing their stuff. No one, messing up a little, but, it's still getting used to the cars as we go back up to the leader, King. As we watch King, he wants to lead this lap. Let's see if he can do it. Kanzi's going to get a draft, so is Immortal. Let's see what happens here. Is anyone going to try to dive out and take the lead? As it looks like Kanzi's going to try to push King. Here, coming to lap 6. And they're just trying to break away from the field, which they're doing a pretty decent job right now. As you see Kanzi right there. Immortal right behind him. And in the opening laps, looks like everyone's just cruising. As now we jump back to 8th spot on the leaderboard, but 1st spot in the 300 class. And it looks like Shag was able to get back around Killer Candy. And it looks like Shag's going to try to lead this lap and try to break away from the field here. As Killer Candy and that Arda trying to catch back up. You got that Subaru right there, that 4-wheel drive Subaru. That thing's a beast for Dragon Motorsports. And then you got the Lexus. So as Shag's going to try to go low and try to break the draft here a little bit. Looks like everyone's going to follow him. Just snake down the front stretch. As Killer Candy catches back up. Looks like Killer Candy and Zeus may have gotten together a little bit right there, but nothing too bad. Meanwhile, 2nd place has changed in the 500s. That's Immortal goes around Mike Kanzi for 2nd. King's starting to pull away a little bit here. As you see the gaps. But it looks like Kanzi's going to try to push Immortal back up there and still battle for that lead here in the beginning stages of the race. As we go on board with Kanzi here, all over Immortal. Just pushing them down the straightaway here. And this track is pretty challenging as Kanzi backs off right there. Personally, this is an okay track for me. But, I don't know. It's a fun race. Fun. If you have a good car and you got a fast car here, you're going to be good. So as we jump back to 4th spot, this would be Pepsi Max, I believe, or Zach. Can't really see. And guys, yeah, I know this is the first video of the season. There's going to be mistakes, there's going to be bugs, but as they progress and as I make more and stuff like that, they're going to get better, trust me. Anyway, looks like Mike 88 right behind Pepsi Max, I believe, or Zach, one of the two. As we watch 88 here try to regroup after creaming the tire wall going into the first turn. So, he's trying to catch back up there, prove he's got a top 5 car. Then there's Bronco, the newcomer, running in that sexy yellow hat. He's trying to show he can catch up and be a threat in this race, or a top 5, maybe even a win. And then Team Dynasty in that NSX drifting. Look at that. That sexy Arda NSX for RJ Motorsports. That's right, Takata Dome, gone. They went with the Arda this year, and looks like TD is going to have some bugs to work out with that car. Meanwhile, in the 300s, Shag beasting it right now. Started on the pole, and he is pulling away from Killer Candy and Great God Zeus as that sexy RX-7 trying to loop around here and start the season off with a bang. As Shag looks so smooth coming around these corners here, just cruising on lap 7 while the Japanese are riding on the side. And like I said before, if I curse, I don't mean it. So I'm working on that, and I'm trying to watch what I say so we can make this cleaner, nicer, all that garbage. As we look at Killer Candy here and that sexy Arda. That thing is sexy. I don't care. Look at that thing. Beast. As Great God trying to catch him and run him down with the 4-wheel drive Subaru. See if he can do it here. He's going to get a nice little draft. Or are they going to try to work together and catch back up to Shag? As it looks like Great God's going to go high. And he'll take second spot away from Killer Candy here on the 8th lap. Right behind them is Panos, who is a veteran and a beast. And teammate of Shag, I believe. As he's trying to cruise. Catch back up there, battle for second, maybe even battle for the lead. And now we're going on with TNT 2000. Tyson, I believe. If I get your name wrong, I am sorry. But newcomer coming in the league here. Trying to show he's got weapons or trying to bring something to the table. And not that far behind him, looks like Joe Truck V8. And another Subaru. I believe that's the standard one? I could be wrong. 300 cars aren't really my major, to say the least. But it looks like he's just cruising in his first race. And that Lexus, that car has a turbo, believe it or not. So, as now Boss Hunter is just trying to chill back there, cruise around, get some lap time, get some wheel time. And he was up there in the beginning, not too sure what happened to him. But, you know, first start, first race, just taking it easy, getting used to the car. And trying to dominate. As you see in the shot now, not that far behind him is the GT 500 leader King Best. As you see him right here coming into frame. And it looks like King might be getting a draft off Boss Hunter right here. As the 500 cars are so much faster, so it's pointless to draft with them. Unless they're pretty far away and you can get a draft. As King puts Boss Hunter one lap down on lap 9. And it looks like King is pulling away here. Alright, yeah. Don't know exactly what happened there. But it's all good. As we watch GT Planet Immortal here try to catch up to King. As he's running down Boss Hunter. I think that's how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. But as he's trying to get around him, put him a lap down. And it looks like Immortal did pull away from Mike Kanzi here as Boss Hunter just lets him go. It looks like something broke on Boss Hunter's car as he goes into the grass. Not sure what happened there. Here on lap 9. As that may have been a blown motor. Or something broke on that car. As now Kanzi trying to catch back up to Immortal and his teammate King. As you see Kanzi trying to haul ass. And tough break right now for Boss Hunter in his first start. Trying to do good and everything. But not sure what broke on the car as he went into the grass. And that was basically it for him. As now I believe there's 2 cars out of the race. The other one being A-Bud, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's alright. I'm learning. We're learning names. We're learning on the new people. As King Best trying to run down now, I believe, Joe Truck, but he's going to pit. And it looks like King's going to pit here on lap 10. Maybe a little early? Don't know. As Immortal's going to stay out, and he'll take the lead. As King's coming to his pit now. And it looks like Mike Kanzi's going to take second from King. As King's going to get 4 fresh tires, some gas. And he'll be ready to go. As he's going to fall back to about maybe 5th or 6th spot. But it's alright. Wait. It looks like we got more people coming down pit road as Bronco and Zach look like they're pitting. And Zach has that very first pit stop right there. Very crucial. As his pit crew is really going to work. No one working on that car. But here comes Bronco in. Zach's coming out now. Bronco's getting some fresh tires. Some more gas. There goes Zach on by. And there goes Bronco. As you see where TD is. Just not having a good race right now is TD. New car for the team. Working out the bugs. And let's see if TD pits this time by. It looks like he's going to stay out. As you see, Shag is not that far behind him. Here. So Shag trying to run away here. So is GT Planet Immortal. As he inherited the lead when King pitted. And let's see if Immortal is going to come down pit road this time by. And it doesn't look like it. As he stays out on the track, he's going to lead a couple laps. Hopefully try to build on this lead on Mike Kansi, as it looks like Mike Kansi might be coming down this time by, and he is. As Kansi wants to come in, get some fresh tires, get some gas, and the other DMS car pits 1 lap later. As Kansi goes ever so slow down pit road. Feels like an eternity. As its pit box is right near the front of the pits. He'll come in, fresh tires, gas, and Mike 88 is now in third. Let's see if 88 pits or if he stays out, as it looks like Pepsi Max has come down pit road, and so has Mike 88. And there goes 88 past Kansi. Kansi's on his way out. And here comes Mike 88 into his pit. Kansi takes second spot right back. Actually, King Best goes out on the track and passes both of them to take second. Kansi's going to stay in third as everything cycles through. Pepsi Max goes past Mike 88 to take fourth. And Mike 88 comes out in fifth, but here comes Zach and Bronco, not that far behind. As those two are going to try to team up, maybe draft, catch up to Mike 88, catch up to fifth spot, and have a nice little battle here. As TD is still out on the track. Actually, I think Team Dynasty, judging by his tire wear, he may have pitted way early in hopes of short pitting everyone, but didn't look to be his favor. I could be wrong, though. As we watch right now, Panos, who took second spot from Great God. As you see, Great God coming on by. And here comes TNT, or Tyson. And it looks like Killer Candy's going to come down pit road as his pit crew goes to work. And for the 300 cars, they're not that fast, so their tire wear is going to be way better than what the 500s are. So chances are they can stay out a lot longer than the 500 cars. But so far, no collisions with them. Everyone's been staying clean. So far, 2 cars out of the race, both with mechanical problems. And GT Planet Immortal, still a leader. He has yet to pit. Maybe this time by. As King, coming off the first turn, trying to catch up to Immortal so bad. But he will once he pits. As Mike Kansi now comes out right, well, catches up to Killer Candy right when he came out of the pit. And it looks like Killer Candy's going to let Kansi go right here. As he has fresh tires and he's ready to go. Kansi's solidly in third spot right now. Right behind him, Pepsi Max, who pitted last lap by. And right now he's trying to pull away from Mike 88, Bronco, and Zach. Meanwhile, Shag's still the leader in the 300s. Just leading laps, babying those tires, just cruising. Almost halfway through the race. He's ready to go. Teammate Panos right behind him in second spot for the 300s. As you see, Zeus not that far behind him in third. As here comes Zeus in that four-wheel drive Subaru. Or, yeah, that is Zeus. Sometimes I'll get them confused with Joe Truck, just because they're both Subarus. But it's alright, as here comes TNT, or Tyson. Looks like he's still got a pit. And it looks like Joe Truck is in the pit, as that sexy Subaru is getting some gas and tires. As that thing fires up and he's ready to go. And that should be Killer Candy? No? As here comes Killer Candy now to pass Joe Truck in the pit. And there he goes on by. And Killer Candy trying to catch up here, as here comes Immortal, the leader, who has still not pitted. As he's staying out, trying to get as much of those use out of those tires as he could. As he's coming around. Let's see if Immortal pits this time by. He's staying out. Is he coming in? Is he staying out? Looks like he's coming on in. So it looks like after 14 laps, Immortal's going to pull down pit lane, get some fresh tires and some gas, as it looks like Shag finally decides to pit. As he might be giving up the lead to his teammate Panos, as he does. And here comes GT Planet Immortal. Looks like both leaders in both classes decided to pit at the same time. As there goes Shag into his pit, who has like one of the very first pit stalls out there. And just listen to how sexy this car sounds when it's in when it's parked. How? That just does not sound too good at all. But here's Immortal coming out of his pit. Looks like he's gonna lose the lead. Maybe? Yep. Looks like King Best goes around him. Can Mike Yancey steal second from him? As we go on board with Panos here, or go to Panos, the leader now in the 300 class. And let's see if he pits this time by. As Mike Yancey goes around Immortal for second spot. As Yancey's trying to catch up to King, as Immortal's right behind him. Now Yancey does have about maybe 4 more laps on his tires than what Immortal does. So even though that's not a lot of laps, that could play an important role. Especially with tire wear and how you drive it and how hard you drive the car. So here's Panos. Let's see if he pits or if he's going to stay out and lead some more laps. Yeah, it looks like Panos is going to come down pit road. Nips the grass a little bit, but not going to hurt him. As he pits 1 lap after his teammate, much like how King and Kanzi did. But does Great God Zeus pit with him, or does Great God stay out? As it looks like Panos will lead this lap for the 300s as he comes into his pit, and we get to hear that awesome car again. Well, actually, no. We're going to jump to Great God, who pitted this lap too. So he's going to get some fresh tires, some gas. And Shag should take the lead. No, TNT stays out, and he'll be the new leader in the 300s. As now it's only lap 15 for them, as not that far behind TNT, you see is King, who's the leader in the 500s. As he's trying to cruise away from Immortal, as Immortal passed Kanzi for second spot. Here, and it looks like once King passes TNT, it looks like the whole entire field for the 300 cars will be 1 lap down. As it looks like TNT just moves out of the way and lets King go. And King's going to try to hold on to that lead as long as he can. Because he knows Immortal has a fast car. So does Mike Yancey. So a nice little battle we got going there. As you see Shag. Or you see TNT. Wow. He's probably going to pit this time by. As he comes to these tricky S corners. And he's going to just cruise on. Maybe go into the pit. Maybe try to stay 1 lap out. But with those front tires like that, it might be a lot easier said than done. As we take a sip of good old Monster Energy. And we watch King lead another lap here. As he's trying to beast it. And it looks like TNT stays out again. He does not pit. So King trying to run away from Immortal, but Immortal does have about maybe, what, 6, 7 lap fresher tires in him. So, could be tricky. As you see King go by. He's just kind of cruising right now. Trying to hang on to that lead. We're almost halfway through this race. GT Planet, Immortal, right behind him and right in front of Kanzi. As now they're catching up to TNT. And Immortal on those fresher tires. Meanwhile, back, TNT's going to let Immortal go by here. Kanzi not that far behind him, so Immortal looks like he's going to, or for it, TNT's going to move out of the way for both cars and let them cruise on by as he stays out for that extra lap. Kanzi trying to catch back up to Immortal. And not that far behind TNT should be Shag and Panos. One of them maybe. As Kanzi's holding on to 3rd spot. Getting a little sideways right there. And here is 4th spot, Pepsi Max, who had a great pit stop. Who has a pretty fast car, just no draft. Mike 88 right behind him. And right next to Mike 88, that should be Panos. Or maybe not. Actually, yeah, it is Panos. Might be. And it looks like TNT is going to finally pit now with just baloney skins on the front, and Shag was right behind him, and Shag took the lead right back. So TNT, once he pits, looks like everyone has pitted once in this race, and looks like everyone's ready to go another about 10 laps. So as he comes on down pit road, he might fall back to about maybe 4th or 5th spot, as we have to hear this awesome car revving or whatever again. Those front tires, that back tire is completely shot. Well, he'll come out and he'll get going as he falls back to about 3rd or 4th spot for the 300 class. Meanwhile, up front in 500s, it's all King Best, as he's just cruising around trying to pull away from Immortal, which the top 2 cars in this race were probably King and Immortal's car, at least for the 500 class. And King trying to prove that he's not going to be taken like a joke this year, and he's out for vengeance. Trying to prove that he's got it. As I got distracted. I don't even know how the hell... What? Alright, anyway. King leading another lap. We're just about at the halfway mark here on lap 20. And King's going to stay out a couple more laps, hopefully. Cycle through. Last time he pitted on, what, lap 10? So we'll see if he pits again on lap 20. A little strategy, maybe even 2-stopping, 3-stopping. Something, as Immortal is catching him because of the fresher tires. You see the difference in the tire wear between Immortal and King. Looks like Immortal has also pulled away from Canty too as well, as you see the gap between him and Canty. And there's Mike Kanzi just cruising along. You see the difference in tire wear with him and Immortal. So it's not that much, but that very little could be a big difference here. As now we jump back to 4th spot, which is Pepsi Max. As the gap between him and Kanzi is pretty decent, just like Immortal and Kanzi. So right now everyone's pretty much evenly spread out here, as Pepsi trying to catch back up. He's got a little better tire there than Kanzi. Then Mike 88 in 5th spot. He's trying to hold on, maybe crack the top 5 here, as he comes to these tricky S corners. And not that far behind him is Bronco and another sexy yellow hat. And then we're going to jump all the way to... Whoa, someone's in the sand. I don't know who that was. May have been Zach. Oh, that was weird. But anyway, Shag's the leader. Team Dynasty looks like he dropped out of the race now. So it looks like we got 3 cars out with blown engines, which sucks for TD because... I don't know, I like seeing that in the sex. It's a nice car. Anyway, back up to 4th spot. Pepsi Max trying to cruise as he might be catching up to Shag here. Shag, the leader in the 300, who's just 1 lap down. So watch Shag come along here. Has a nice, pretty sizable gap on Panos once everything's cycled through. There's that sexy RX-7. Right now, leading Pepsi Max, but Pepsi's going to get a nice little run here. And we see if Shag just lets him on by. As Shag takes the high lane, Pepsi takes the low lane, and a nice clean pass right there of a 500 car passing a 300. And right here, you're going to definitely see the speed difference between the 2 cars. As Pepsi's just going to try to pull away from Shag, and Shag's going to try to use that draft from Pepsi to pull away, increase his lead a little bit as they come to the tricky S corners. Meanwhile, back up front, King looks like he's coming down pit road on lap 20. So, looks like he's going to hand over the lead to Immortal, because I'm going to guess Immortal stays out, and he does. He takes the lead. King's going to get some nice tires, some nice gas. And does Mike Canty stay out, or does he pit with his teammate? Canty stayed out 1 extra lap, but it looks like Canty's going to come down pit road this time by. As now Canty and King both pit. Maybe a little DMS strategy here, as King has to slow up for Canty coming into the pit. That may hurt out on the track. As now Pepsi Max takes 2nd spot. Mike 88 takes 4th and 3rd. And it looks like we got some more takers down pit road. Zach's on pit road, the very first pit stall. As look at this pit crew hard at work. Look at the left rear tire changer. Takes off the tire. Doesn't even put the new one on and he's gone. How's that possible? As Zach, right now, last place for the 500 class. Team Dynasty, one car out of the race. Meanwhile, in 300s, it's all Shag. As you see Shag right there, trying to pull away from Panos, his teammate. So as half the 500 cars pit, looks like everyone's on a different strategy here. See if Shag can hang on to the lead, or if Shag's in the pit this time by. Maybe not, because he has great, well, not that great tire wear, but just about half in the fronts, I guess. Can't really see it, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, GT Planet Immortal right now in his first ever start in the GTRRL. Getting in the grass a little bit. Looks like he's beasting it. As here comes Pepsi Max down pit road, as he's going to get fresh tires. He stays out one extra lap than Kanzi, Mike 88, and King. As King goes back by him to take third spot. And Mike 88's now in second spot, but he's got to cycle through. Here comes Bronco in the pit, as Mike Kanzi goes out around him on the track. And as he comes into the pit, he's going to get fresh tires, and he'll be good to go. As Mike 88's in second spot, and King Best not that far behind him. As you see where King is, you see where Mike 88 is. Those fresh tires were a big help. Definitely here is King trying to catch up to Immortal, run him down. And let's see if Mike 88's just going to let King by here, as King's going to look to the inside. 88's going to move up the track a little bit. They're side by side. And it looks like King's going to take the spot away from Mike 88. As I believe Shag might be right in front of him. Shag or Panos. As now King's trying to run down Immortal. As he's going to get a nice little draft from Shag or Panos, whoever that is. And they just move out of the King's way. And it looks like, is Mike 88 painting this time? As it doesn't look like it. As, yes, actually he is. As Mike 88 coming into the pit here. He's going to give up second spot, but right now Mike 88's having a good, strong race. One of his best races. So, hopefully he can come out of here maybe with a top 5 finish. If he can just stay focused, as Mike Kanzi goes back around him to take third spot away. And he'll be getting some fresh tires, and he'll be ready to go. As he pulls into his pit. Take some gas. Pepsi Max might pass him back right here. Nope, not yet. Yep, there goes Pepsi Max. And it looks like 88 will get out probably in front of Zach or Bronco. As meanwhile in the 300s, Shag right now dominating. As he's all by himself, one car in front of him. Which I believe that is King. So, he's kind of just cruising along here. And you can tell with the tire wear, the 300 cars get so much better tire wear than the 500s. Right now, Shag definitely has the car to beat in the 300 class, as he's just cruising along. As King in front of him, trying to catch up to Immortal, who has really a big lead, to say the least. Shag's going to lead some more laps, and it feels like Shag's led every single lap so far. As we go on board with Panos, he's not that far behind Shag, but it's a pretty sizable gap. So if Shag spins or something like that, he has a chance to catch him, but it's might take a little bit. As now we jump on board with Great God Zeus, who's in third. Killer Candy right behind him in fourth. And remember, Killer Candy was one of the first 300 cars to pit, so he might be pitting pretty soon. That's Great God trying to hold on to third. Killer Candy fourth. TNT the last car to pit in the 300s. Trying to run down these guys as they come across the line to complete lap 22, start lap 23. And where is TNT? As we got two cars right here. But that's not them, as TNT's just passing the line now and having the GT500 car go around them. Right there on the straightaway. And here's GT Planet Immortal, who just put Joe Truck 2 laps down. So Immortal right now on beast mode, who's pitting just about every 14 laps. Looks like King and Kanzi are working together and they're pitting every 10 or 11. As you see Immortal's tire wear. Right now, beasting it. That's all I really gotta say is just beasting it. As you see where King is passing the line now. Trying to catch up to Immortal, run him down, get up there, battle. He's on fresher tires, so right now it's when King's just got to beast mode it, hit his marks, and just drive. That's Mike Kanzi, pretty sizable gap. And that might be Shag right behind Kanzi. So Kanzi trying to hit his marks, stay in third spot. He has a nice gap over Pepsi Max. But anything can happen here. 15 laps to go. Anything can happen. As there's Shag, and yep, that was Shag. Shag's still the leader in the 300s. Beasting it. He's just about led, like, like 20 out of the 24 laps they've done? 23 laps, so he's definitely in beast mode and definitely bringing it right now. So starting off Season 5 with a bang with that premium RX-7. As we go back to Pepsi Max in 4th spot. Panos right there in front of him. As Pepsi Max is trying to catch up to Canteen, maybe take 3rd away. As he's just cruising along. Looks like everyone's going to have to pit at least one more time. As right now the closest battle on the track is right here for 5th spot with Mike 88, Zach, and Bronco not that far behind him. So as we watch Zach right here. And Mike 88, Zach gets a little into the dirt. Great God not that far behind them. And Zach's trying to get in there, get in that top 5. Make a debut and finish in the top 5. See if he can do it here against one of the veteran drivers, Mike 88. As Zach got a little too much in the dirt right there. But the draft should help Zach close that gap. Meanwhile, right behind them, Bronco, who's catching up to Killer Candy. And he'll get Killer Candy's draft right there as TNT. Not that far behind them. He's just kind of cruising along. And I believe right in front of him is GT Planet Immortal, who's right now in beast mode. As you saw where Bronco was, GT Planet's not that far behind him. So as Immortal here, coming to lead 26th lap. Jump on lap 27, keep it going, beast moding it. And right now, in his debut, Immortal showing he's got potential. As King, one of the best in the league, trying to run him down with those fresher tires. Pretty big gap to 1st spot, but Immortal's got to pit one more time. King might have to pit one more time, and if Immortal pits one more time, he might actually have enough to go all the way. As you see Mike Kanzi here trying to hang on the 3rd spot as he comes on lap 27. And he's trying just to cruise around here. As he goes into the 1st turn. Trying to hit his marks, keep going. Hopefully, right now, Kanzi might not have a car to win it, but try to stay in that top 3 and get a nice podium finish. As Pepsi Max is trying all he can to run down Kanzi. As right now, the top 4 cars in the 500 class are really spread out evenly. And it looks like Mike 88 is starting to pull away from Zach a little by little. But Zach's right there, so one slip up by Mike 88, that could be it. As Bronco, pretty far back from these two, as he's just coming to the line now. It's alright though. First race of the season. Just, you know, cruising around, seeing what everyone has at the table, seeing what everyone's going to bring to the fight. As right now it looks like Shag and Immortal are bringing, like, swords or some damn it! Alright, yeah, I'm trying not to curse. It's weird. But, yeah. King trying to run down Immortal here as they're on lap 28, and it looks like Immortal has pitted, so King takes the lead. Immortal pits on lap 28. He comes out of the pit, but will Immortal have enough tire wear to make it to the end, or will he have to pit one more time? So with King taking first, Mike Kanzi just passing Immortal now. Yep. Kanzi moves into second. Immortal will drop back to third spot, but those fresher tires, they're going to help. As we watch Immortal here try to catch back up to Kanzi, and you see Kanzi's tire wear compared to Immortal's. That just hurts. So Immortal comes down. King, will he pit on lap 30? As we go back up to King here. So he takes the lead. Just 13 laps to go. As now Shag comes down pit road. Or, yep, Shag's in the pit, and Panos takes the lead from Shag in the 300s. That sounds so cool. But anyway, Great God's going to come down, get some nice tires, as there are 2 laps down the 300 cars. So he's going to fall back to 4th spot. And he'll keep going now. As Joe Truck, I don't know where you're at. But there goes King on by to complete lap 28. As Mike Kanzi's still in 2nd spot. As you see the gaps right here, you see all the times and all that fun junk. As I said that, Immortal passes Kanzi for 2nd. So now as we go back, can Kanzi try to keep up with Immortal? Might be a little challenging with those tires, but see if he can try to keep up. There's Immortal now trying to run down King. And then for the 500s right now, it's like a game of cat and mouse between King and Immortal as they're chasing each other once everything cycles through. So it looks like Immortal's going to pull away from Kanzi a little bit. And there goes Immortal, there goes Kanzi, and maybe Joe Truck or Great God, one of the two, in that sexy Subaru. And it's now Immortal on a mission. He believes he has enough tire wear to make it the rest of the way, and maybe enough fuel. Yeah, probably enough fuel. That shouldn't be a problem. As King Best trying to hang on to the lead. As Immortal goes by, we're going to jump all the way up to 4th spot, well, 3rd spot. You see how far away Immortal pulled away from Kanzi right there. So the fresh tires are really helping. Meanwhile, Shag took the lead back from Panos. Panos went down pit road. Killer Kanzi's now in 2nd. And remember, Killer Kanzi's on a totally different strategy than what Panos and Shag are on. And Shag not that far ahead of him. So Shag regains the lead in the 300s. Killer Kanzi trying to use pit strategy. And it looks like he caught Shag by a lot. Meanwhile, back up front, all King Best. But will King pit this time? He's been pitting every 10 laps. So we'll see here as he comes to the tricky S part of the track. Gonna get through there nice, slow, and smooth. King's got a little bit less gas than what Immortal has. Not that much, but the less fuel you have, the lighter your car is. So it could play in a factor here in the closing laps. As he's gonna try to get a draft off Killer Kanzi. And it looks like they're both gonna pit at the same time and come into pit side by side. So here comes King Best. He's going to surrender the lead, come down pit road. Killer Kanzi's going to pit in 2nd spot. As King goes into his pit. Gonna get fresh tires, and King will have enough to go the rest of the way. Immortal now takes the lead. Killer Candy's on pit road. I believe maybe another RX-7 is. I don't know which one. TNT is on pit road. Looks like this was the time to pit. Mike Kanzi pits. Mike 88? Nope, not yet. But Mike Kanzi pits. Looks like he's going to surrender third spot because I believe Pepsi Max stayed out. And he does. As now Mike 88's in fourth spot. Or fifth spot, I mean. Kanzi's going to get out. Pepsi Max goes in the second. Mike 88 goes in the fourth. And Immortal is your leader. But can he hang on for just 10 more laps? Can he do it? Alright. So here we go. Fourth spot, Mike 88. Fifth spot, Mike Kanzi. And Zach's going to come down pit road now. Or come out of the pit now. Meanwhile, Bronco's getting service. Shag, the leader in the 300s. Alright, and King moves up into second spot as he goes around Pepsi Max with those fresh tires. And now King's going to drive that thing balls to the wall. As Pepsi trying to hang on the third spot. Mike 88 not that far behind. But Pepsi's going to come down pit road, get some fresh tires, and have enough tire wear to make it to the end. As he surrenders second, and Pepsi might fall all the way back to about fifth or sixth spot. That's now Mike 88. He's going to stay out on the track, and Mike 88 will move into third. As Mike 88 passes Pepsi now to take third spot. And here comes Mike Kanzi to take fourth. Pepsi's going to fall back to fifth. As there goes Kanzi by. He's on fresh tires. Pepsi will be on fresh tires now. Looks like things are starting to heat up with 8 laps to go. As meanwhile, GT Planet Immortal. Beast moding it. Just about a lap ahead of everybody, it seems. As he's coming to complete lap 32. Let's see if Immortal can do it here. And his first ever GTRRL start. And his debut. Start on the pole and get the win. As he comes across the line. As now Mike 88. Third spot. Mike Kanzi's catching up to him. But does Mike 88 have enough tire wear to make it to the end, or is he going to have to pit one more time? As the 500 battle is heating up in Season 5. And guys, don't forget to check out the website, and don't forget to check out the GT Planet thread for GTRRL. Post the links in the description of the video. And if you guys want to join the league, just remember to follow the rules and all that stuff. So here we go. Mike Kanzi trying to catch up to Mike 88. As Shag right now still the leader in the 300 cars. As Panos has a nice little gap to catch up to Shag. Looks like Shag's under extreme heat from a 500 car. As the 500 gets around Shag, he probably just let him on by. Car's no trouble. Shag's just got to cruise for another lap. A couple more laps or so, and he'll be good to go. And Shag will win the first ever GT300 race in GTRRL, I think. I could be wrong. But Immortal, not that far behind him. Immortal's pretty far in the lead as he completes lap 33. And his tire wear is starting to really show. King is driving the piss out of that car. So he's trying to run down Immortal. He's definitely catching him, but the question is, does he have enough time? Yeah, as you're going to see the lap times and how far away they are from each other. As it's weird to see there's no red car in this race. I don't know, that's just weird. Everything's yellow and blue and black. and one orange. That's weird. Anyway, 3 cars out of the race right now. King comes across the line now. Here comes Mike Kanzi. Even though Kanzi is not that far away from King, I doubt Kanzi will be up there as he gets a draft off Killer Candy. Damn, Kanzi and Candy. That sounded weird. But anyway, Mike 88 gave up 3rd spot to come down pit road, and 88 will pit with 6 laps to go. He'll have the fresher tires of anybody, but looks like things are not going to play in his favor here, as he's going to fall back maybe to about 6th spot, but he does have the fresh tires, so that could help him in the long run, as Pepsi Max goes around to take 4th spot away from him. And he comes out of the pit. And is this Zach or is this a 300 car? This would be Zach goes by to take 5th, and Mike 88 says it's go time. Okay, there's Zach, there's Mike 88. Who's that yellow car? Is that Bronco or is that Immortal? Or the Immortal Bronco? But anyway, Mike 88 trying to battle for 5th. Here as Immortal is right here. And that is actually Immortal right behind him. So Bronco is a lap down right now. Well, actually, no, my bad. Mike 88's... No, I don't know. I'm confused. Oh, no. That is Immortal. Yeah, that is Immortal. Okay, good, good. Wow, I was mind screwed right there. Anyway, GT Planet Immortal. 5 laps to go. Can he hang on? Look at the tire wear. Does he have enough tires to go? As he only pitted twice in this race, everyone else pitted 3 times, so that could play a factor. As Shag is right behind him, you see where 2nd place in the 300s is, Panos. Pretty sizable gap. But nonetheless, the teammates are 1 and 2. As Immortal's going to come around to complete lap 35. As he's just cruising along, trying to win in his first ever start. He got the pole. So, trying to make it back to back here. As you see Immortal come across the line. Where is 2nd place King? Just coming onto the straightaway now. As King is trying to run down Immortal. Let's see if he can do it here. King's got to be about, what, like 20 seconds away? Maybe, give or take. Well, we'll find out. As King comes across the line now. Mike Kanzi just coming on the straightaway now. I think it's safe to say if Kanzi doesn't wreck or mess up, it looks like he's going to have 3rd place all to himself. But 2nd place and 1st are way out of the question. As here comes Kanzi to the line. And Pepsi Max, where you at? As Kanzi goes into the 1st turn. Here's Pepsi Max just coming on the straightaway now. So top 4 cars are about evenly all spread out. So they're about pretty far away. Zach, you saw how far Zach and Pepsi Max were. Now remember, Mike 88's on fresher tires. He's got the best tire wear out of anybody right now in the 500 class. But that car right behind him is the leader, GT Planet Immortal, coming around to complete lap 36. And you see, even with fresher tires Mike 88 has, Immortal is still catching him. I mean, just a little harder because Immortal's probably not driving his hardest right now, trying to save some tire wear for the next 4 laps. But Bronco, sadly, 1 lap down. As he'll finish 6th, I believe. As here comes King, trying to run down Immortal. As right behind him, that could be Shag. Or Panos, actually. As Shag's right there, there's Panos trying to get the draft off King. Trying to catch up to Shag, and you see the gap right there. Mike Kanzi all by himself on the track map. Well, not all by himself. As Great God in 3rd spot in the 300s, it's right there with him. And looks like Great God's going to have 3rd spot wrapped up all to himself in the 300s. So both 3rd place cars just cruising along. Looks like they're going to try to take take home third, which is a good start to the season. Here's Killer Candy on his first start. Looks like he's going to come home fourth, maybe. As TNT is not that far behind him. And TNT, that might be Bronco in front of him. I'm not 100% sure. But TNT in fifth spot. As he's just cruising along, trying to hang on to that top five. And Joe Truck, I don't know where you're at, but there you are. Just crossing the line now. Meanwhile, King, Mike 88. Mike 88 just went around Joe Truck. He's trying to catch up to Zach for fifth. As we watch GT Planet Immortal, 3 laps to go. Can his tire wear hold? As here's King coming across the line now. So it looks like King's definitely catching him. Just, is there enough time? Mike Canty in third. Looks like Canty's going to have third spot all to himself. No battle, no nothing. As he's trying to cruise along. Hang on to that third spot. Pepsi Max looks like he's got fourth wrapped up. As long as he doesn't spin out. And you see the gap from him to Zach. Mike 88 with those fresher tires trying to catch back up. And it looks like Mike 88 might be running a little bit faster lap times than Immortal since he pulled away a little. Dude, Monster is so good. Anyway, Mike 88 catching up to Zach. Does he have his draft? Right here. That could be big if he gets his draft. And they're going to have a nice little battle for fifth spot. Meanwhile, first place in the 300, Shag all to himself. As you see Shag just cruise along here to complete lap 36. Looks like the 300s is not going to be as close as the 500 battle. As Panos is trying to run down his teammate, but can he do it? As GT Planet Immortal has only 2 laps to go. See where King is? King's passing the line. King's trying. He's definitely trying. Just does he have enough time? I don't think he does. Mike Canty back in third. Meanwhile, as Canty comes to complete lap 38, where is Shag? Or Mike 88 and Zach, are they together yet? Are they battling for fifth? As it looks like Mike 88 has caught Zach a little bit here. 88's trying to go under him. Looks like they bump. They're going to come off this corner side by side. Oh no. Oh no. Looks like 88 gave Zach the bumper right there. That's a dick move. With 3 laps to go for these guys, because they're 1 lap down almost, Mike 88 gives Zach the bumper for fifth. That's going to knock Zach out of the top 5. That's cruel. As now GT Planet Immortal takes the white flag. Zach's right in front of him. As you look at GT Planet's Immortal's tire wear, I'm just going to call you Immortal. I don't know why I keep saying GT Planet. Anyways, Immortal takes the white flag. Looks like Shag and Panos, they're pretty evenly spread out. Looks like Shag, if he can just complete this lap, he'll win. As we go on board with Immortal here, King's nowhere in sight. As long as Immortal can just cruise around here one final time, he'll be winning in his first ever start here at Indy Road Course. And great way to start the season for a rookie. As he's just cruising right behind Zach, who cannot be too happy right now. As here comes King in second. Right behind him is Bronco. As you saw the gap, it looks like Immortal, if he just gets through this last S turn right here and just makes one more right-hand turn, he'll be your winner here at Indy. As he's following Zach on through, he's going to take it nice and slow, come off, and make one more slight right-hand turn and just cruise on this straightaway back to the checkered flag. as it looks like GT Planet Immortal will be your winner. Here, Season 5, Race 1, Indy, and the winner for the 500s looks to be Immortal. As he drives down the pit by the pit road, takes the checkered flag, and here comes Shag. Shag's coming to the line, and it looks like Shag will win the 300 race. Panos looks like he'll be getting second. As here comes Shag on by. And looks like both pole sitters for the first race have dominated the race in dominating fashion. Shag and Immortal just beasted it all race long. And they take home the victories here. Guys, these are the results. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was great making it, and it's great to be back. Season 5. Sorry we couldn't finish Season 4 videos, but, you know, hey, we're on to bigger and better things. And, guys, I'll see you next week at Monza.